So Car and Driver has been testing the 2022 Honda Civic, and it seems to be significantly slower than the outgoing model. Welcome to Automotive Antics. I'm Kevin. If you want to keep up with more automotive news and content like this, consider hitting that subscribe button. So as I was saying, Car and Driver is testing the 2022 Honda Civic, which comes with a 2-liter base engine producing 158 horsepower, or you can get the optional 1.5-liter turbocharged engine, which puts out 180 horsepower and 177 pound-feet of torque. Now that is 6 horsepower more and 15 pound-feet of torque more than the outgoing model. Now, even though more horsepower and torque is a great thing, the new Honda Civic is 130 pounds heavier than the outgoing model. So I guess in a way that kind of cancels each other out. Now, one other thing to note is that you can only get the new Honda Civic with a CVT transmission. Unfortunately, there is no longer a manual option. But Honda did say they are going to keep the manual for the more sport-oriented models such as the SI and Type R. So if you want the manual, you're going to have to step up to one of those trim levels. But we're not talking about those trim levels today. We're talking about the base Honda Civic. Now, according to Car and Driver, the previous generation with the 1.5-liter turbo engine and CVT transmission managed the 0 to 60 time in about 6.8 seconds and covered the quarter mile in 15.2 seconds. Now, those aren't bad numbers for a Honda Civic. Unfortunately, the new 2022 Civic ran a 0 to 60 time of 7.5 seconds and a 15.8 second quarter mile time. Now that's 0.7 seconds slower 0 to 60. That's a pretty significant difference. It also came out to 0.6 seconds slower in the quarter mile. Again, a pretty significant number. Now, Car and Driver also stated that Honda claimed that there would only be a 0.1 or 0.2 second gap between the old and new models. Obviously, Car and Driver found that to be significantly different. They said it was not just the 0 to 60 or the standing quarter mile, but it also was significantly different from 5 mile an hour roll up to 60 mile per hour, which also came in at 0.6 seconds slower than the outgoing model. But it did match the previous model's 30 to 50 mile per hour time of 4 seconds flat. And then again, they also tested a 50 to 70 mile per hour roll, which the new model came in at 0.2 seconds slower. Now, from a performance perspective, this is very disappointing and a little bit unexpected. Car and Driver did say that they were working on getting a second Honda Civic. Maybe this one was a fluke. They want to try to do back-to-back testing to make sure it's consistent, but it's not all bad. The new one does have a much more revised chassis, a much more rigid chassis, and it does result in pretty impressive numbers on the skid pad, where it had a grip result of 0.83 Gs. And that was with the Touring's 18-inch all-season tires. Now, they said braking did also improve from 70 miles an hour by 4 feet, resulting in 174 feet to come to a complete stop. Now, with the Civic being a little bit longer this year, a little bit larger, it's more roomy, it's more comfortable. They said it's even 2 decibels quieter than the outgoing model. So if you're looking for a more comfortable, more refined car that actually handles and brakes better, this is the Civic you want. But if you are looking for that straight line performance, if you want to punch the gas to merge into traffic, just get down the road quicker, this might be a little bit of a disappointment in that area. Now, again, I want to emphasize that Car and Driver is trying to get another Honda Civic to do some back-to-back testing with to make sure this isn't a fluke. They're wondering if maybe the low mileage is kind of holding it back some. Maybe it needs to be broken in more. Maybe you need to get past some kind of break-in period. But this right now has been the test numbers they've come up with. So we're going to keep our fingers crossed that maybe that's the case. We can get some better numbers down the road. But as of right now, not overly impressive. Leave your comments down below what you think happened. Is this just the way the new Civic's going to be? Is it part of a break-in period? Is it a fluke vehicle? Drop your comments down below. Make sure you drop a like on the video as well and hit that subscribe button and bell notifications, and I'll catch you in the next upload.